Holy we did it. Bitcoin just hit $100,000 for the first time ever. What a time to be alive. Welcome to the next era of crypto. What this signals is something big. I think everything is about to change. So let's dig into that, what happens next, and what you need to know to make a lot of money in 2025. But before we get into what's going to happen, let's talk about why this is about to happen. Unless you live under a rock, and sometimes I really do wish I did, you are aware that here in the US, we just had a presidential election. And man, I'm glad that's over. Because who doesn't love getting beat over the head with it for months and months? And well, the result of that election is the second coming of the orange American Jesus, Donald Trump. And in a very surprising twist of American politics, crypto was a big topic between the presidential candidates leading up to the election. This is the first time I can remember where presidential candidates were seriously discussing crypto. And that in and of itself is a massive achievement. And winning the crypto vote by a landslide was Trump. He's floated ideas like no capital gains taxes for cryptos issued by American companies. And even though Bitcoin's origin is unknown, it got lumped into that group, so thank goodness. Trump has said a lot of pro-crypto things, like wanting to build a US strategic reserve of Bitcoin. Now we will have to wait and see if he keeps his word on any of that, but if he does, the next 4 years might have the most progress in the regulatory environment of crypto that we've ever seen. And the markets agree that Trump is bullish for crypto. Just look around at the charts. However, Trump is not bullish for Gary Gensler, who has said he will fire.
Bro, on day one, I will fire Gary Gensler and appoint a new SEC chairman.
And well, that brings me to item number 2. It looks like Trump won't even have a chance to fire Gary because Gensler recently announced that he will resign on Inauguration Day. Gensler, who had actually taught a course on crypto years ago, has not been friendly to crypto while wielding the power of the SEC. On the news of his resignation, Bitcoin shot up $2,000 or $3,000 in a matter of minutes. So I think I speak for all crypto enthusiasts when I say, don't let the door hit you on the way out, Gary.
Bye-bye.
In 2021, the year of our last big bull run, the US federal interest rate was 0.25%. As of August of 2024, it was 5.5%. High interest rates slow the asset markets and cause them to drop. However, now the Fed is easing these rates. We've had 2 rate cuts so far and are now at 4.75%. And there are more rate cuts promised for 2025. Lower interest rates usually mean that people will stop buying treasury bonds because they yield less than they did before and start moving money back to the stock market. There's speculation that the rates will get into the low 3% range in 2025, which would be very bullish for not only stocks, but also crypto. Now, no matter who won the US election, there is one economic force that would have remained unchanged either way, which is money printer go brr. Our government has an addiction to printing money. It's why we went off the gold standard in the first place and got into this current fiat currency mess. With various entitlements, government and social programs, and political promises to keep, the money printers will continue doing what they do best. And this is bullish for markets in general, since people will want to buy things that get inflated with value. But it's even more bullish if any of this printed money finds its way into the hands of people directly. When that happened in 2020, for example, the market started to go crazy. And speaking of markets going crazy, have you even seen the MicroStrategy stock? It's up over 700% over the past year. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, MicroStrategy is a company led by Michael Saylor, and they started using their reserve money to buy Bitcoin and put it on their balance sheet. And they've just kept doing it more and more over the past few years. And they have been ridiculed and laughed at for doing this. People have been convinced they would fail. Well, as of right now, they own 331,000 Bitcoin worth nearly $33 billion. And to buy that, they've invested $16.5 billion. So they have doubled their money at this point. And that brings me to El Salvador, also the target of much ridicule. They started stacking Bitcoin in 2021. They've been mining it, and Bitcoin was declared legal tender there, so it no longer carries the premium of paying capital gains taxes on it. And as of right now, their holdings are up over 120% and worth over $500 million. Okay, so that is why everything is about to change. What's actually going to happen and what should you do about it? Well, first off, welcome. We're now at the start of the bull run, and you can argue that it started a while ago, but that's irrelevant. The part you care about, the part where we get an altcoin season with massive gains, that part is just kicking off. Right now, Bitcoin's price is up over 150% in the past year or so. The price has been flying. Why? Well, for all the reasons I already outlined and more. But I think it's just getting warmed up. $100,000 Bitcoin is a massive psychological barrier that people have been waiting on for years now. And now we get to see the real fireworks. So, what happens next? Bitcoin is going to show us what it can really do. Every news network will be talking about it. Your families will be bugging you at the holidays and over texts. Your friends will be asking you if they should invest in Doge. And the answer is yes, you should always invest in Doge. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? And along with new all-time highs for Bitcoin, we will have new all-time highs for the entire crypto market. In 2021, the entire market cap of all crypto just barely crossed over $3 trillion. During the following bear market, we went as low as $800 billion. Fast forward to now, and we've nearly crossed $3.5 trillion in total crypto market cap. We are well on our way to my cycle targets of $5 trillion as a base case for peak bull run crypto market cap, and $10 to $15 trillion as a bull and extreme bull case scenario in this cycle. Right now, Bitcoin dominance, or how much the overall market cap Bitcoin occupies, is about 60%. At a $5 trillion market cap, Bitcoin, if it maintained the same dominance, which it probably won't, would be at $157,000 per coin. At 10 trillion, it would be $315,000, and at $15 trillion in total market capitalization for all of crypto, Bitcoin would be at $473,000. Now, dominance will change if that were to happen, but I just want to illustrate what might happen with that type of inflow of cash into this space. If the entire crypto market cap increased in 2025 as much as it did from its peak in 2018 to the peak in 2021, it would be a nearly $10 trillion market cap. So the speculations are based in some reality. With all this renewed interest in Bitcoin, normies all over the US have been gobbling up the Bitcoin ETFs in record numbers. Previously, the gold ETF was the most successful ETF launch in history, surpassing $1 billion under management in just 3 days. Well, the Bitcoin ETF smashed that record in just 2 days, but they didn't stop there. In just the first year, and it hasn't even been a full year yet, the Bitcoin ETFs have accumulated more funds than the gold ETFs did in their entire history. The Bitcoin ETFs are a black hole that is sucking up money from everywhere, and I think that's a perfect illustration of what we're going to see with Bitcoin itself. And as Bitcoin climbs higher and higher, companies and nations will take note of the success of MicroStrategy and El Salvador. More companies and nations will put Bitcoin on the balance sheet. And here in the US, there's already talk about having a strategic reserve of Bitcoin. And if the US starts buying Bitcoin on the regular, then there is no limit to where the price can go. And with Bitcoin going to the moon, altcoins will soon follow. This is where you can make seriously wild money, and it will almost certainly happen again once Bitcoin has had its moment. If we truly get $5 to $10 trillion or more coming into crypto, well, crazy things will happen. Previous coin and token all-time highs will look silly and laughable in comparison. Crypto narratives like AI, DePIN, gaming, RWA, etc. will emerge. Money will flow from sector to sector and potentially pump your bags along with it. So that's a lot of bullish things to look forward to in 2025. Now the question is, what should you be doing? How can you take advantage of this and make a lot of money? Well, first, it's time to plug in and pay attention. You can no longer treat crypto casually or like a hobby if you want to crush it this cycle. It's time to treat it like a job. Life-changing gains and profits could be in your future if you do. So now is the time you either get super serious and lean in, or you risk missing out and regretting it forever. And I'm not trying to be hyperbolic here, I'm trying to get you off the bench. So, are you focused now?
Oh, he's wired in.
Good. So watch the cycle. Like I said earlier, Bitcoin is going to continue to dominate. When it finally starts to level off or drop a bit, after all the craze finally starts to wear off a little, people will go, okay, I missed that. What's next? Well, what's next is altcoins. Right now, people have been buying up what's familiar. Legacy coins and tokens from the last cycle have been flying. A lot of people think memes are next. I think that is wrong. What's next will be coins and tokens with utility and fundamentals, a lot of them being ones that did not pump last cycle. Maybe they didn't even exist last cycle, and then memes will come later. And you need to know these cycles so you know what to watch out for with your own bags. Next, you need to have your money ready. Now's the time to be looking for more opportunities that could rocket in the bull run. Don't have money for that? Well, get money. Sell your stuff, drive for Uber, do extra jobs. I don't care what you do, just get ready. Well, maybe you don't like rob a bank or mug anyone, but within reason. Next, surround yourself with people who know what they are doing. And a great place for this is Sleep Money Club. My club is full of like-minded people who all want to win big in crypto. We have teachers, experts, crypto veterans. And I just recorded a how to prepare for the bull run guide that is full of info that you might not have even thought about, like a crypto exchange strategy, how to not mess up with your bank and crypto, how to take profits and more. Plus you can see what I'm buying and what I'm selling, when I do it, and get access to so many other perks and opportunities. Mark my words, people will become millionaires in 2025 with crypto. In fact, I made an entire video about how I would go about doing it all over again if I was trying to become a crypto millionaire again in 2025. So check that out. Goodbye.